Hello, and welcome back to...
No, don't stop it. Don't stop.
I'm fine. Hello, and welcome back to the Lazy Susan Revolution podcast series, co-hosted by Sean, Mary, and Chris Ruse. Today, we're coming back from our bumpy 2 weeks. We had 1 week, Super Bowl weekend, where we just didn't do this, and then the following week, me and Olivia went on a trip, so it was just Mary and Chris, and I don't know if you guys listened to that one. The audio quality wasn't great, but I'm sure that
Super interesting conversation.
you enjoyed the topic of conversation. Speaking of my trip, I feel like you should all know what I've been up to. I went on a trip to Dallas, Texas, stopping in Tulsa along the way to pick up some friends. Me and Olivia did this, so it was like the four of us that went down to Dallas, and we saw an esports game. We saw Overwatch, our favorite team, the Dallas Fuel, take on the Los Angeles Valiant, and they did not win, but it was really cool. I don't go to sports games or like concerts or anything that's hype, but this was something that I could get involved in, and it was cool. You know, like when we got a 6 kill, we would all cheer, and I don't know, it's like, you guys probably all know about that, but it's new to me.
Yeah, interesting. What was your favorite part of the whole experience? I heard you got to meet some of your favorite players.
So the thing about esports is it's so on the rise, but it's still so low-key. Like, there's not a bunch of fans mobbing anyone, so you would just run into these famous in quotes people, like streamers and stuff, just at the convention. Like, one of my favorite streamers is this coach for the Dallas Fuel named Jane, and he like does this thing on his YouTube channel where he like teaches people different pro level strategies of how to play Overwatch, and I always thought that was really cool. And then like he's at this desk and no one's in line to see him, and I go and we all talk to him for probably at least 5 minutes, and he's a really nice guy. And we also met a bunch of the players too.
Awesome.
And the voice of Genji. That was fun. He was very tired, so we bought him an energy drink.
Aw, how nice.
Yeah.
Go Genji.
Go Genji. Well, what did you guys do?
Well, we kind of just...
Missed you.
Yeah, didn't do anything, and then
Do that thing where you sit and do nothing and wait till Sean gets home?
Yeah.
A little
and you guys
bit.
like shot us text like, "Hey, you guys need to do Lazy Susan." I'm like, okay. So then
We're like, okay. And so we're like super late at night just trying to figure it out. We've got my... It was actually kind of funny. I had my laptop like propped up on its side like a book, and we're all... we took turns putting our face into the fold of the laptop, trying to get it to record our voice. So, yeah, it worked out.
maybe that's why the audio quality was so poor.
I gotta teach you how to first log into my computer and second record with it.
Yeah,
I almost
I
know.
figured out like because I saw that your mic thing was like I didn't know it was a Bluetooth thing, so I tried to like pull it out of your computer and put it into Mary's, but then it was a Bluetooth, so it was
It's
like
not Bluetooth.
But
It wasn't.
what?
That's all right.
It's all right. Next time, we got this. Anyway, I spent the whole week, not the whole week at my school, but at my school, Koryazu, every year we have this fundraiser week called Penny Queen, where we all vote for 2 charities to raise money for, and we have a whole bunch of activities, we sell things, and we make a whole bunch of money that's ended by a dance at the end of the week, which was last night, where we reveal how much money we've raised for the week. So,
Did you do
yeah.
any better or worse than previous years?
oh yes, we this year we made over $20,000 for our 2 charities, which were the Wenpore Project and the Covering House, as
Okay.
well as
Yeah.
also like other CJ activities like summer trips and mission trips and all that. That the money also goes to, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was really kind of cool to see just how much money we all made in just 1 week, just by like
Right.
selling cupcakes at stands and.
Do you
all that.
know how many people are at Koryazu? Because that's quite an amount per
Ooh.
person.
I don't know. I feel bad for not knowing. I'm going to
That's
take a
alright.
guess at like 600-ish people. All
Oh wow, yeah. So that's
that-
quite substantial per person,
wait.
and it's probably cool
that-
because like
That doesn't seem right because there's about 600 at Vianney, and Vianney's smaller than you.
Okay, then over 600.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, and it's your senior year, so it was probably
Exactly.
cool to.
Yeah, it's really
lead
interesting
that.
because everybody really gets into it. For each class has 3 penny queens that are in charge of all of the activities. They plan all of these after-school activities. They plan things that will be sold at our booths, and they put a whole lot of work into hyping it all up and getting people to come out to the activities, and kind of it's like a good bonding experience with the whole school because we're all in it for one purpose, and it's really inspiring to see it all pay off. And it was a lot of fun last night at the dance, just having a good time with my classmates, and it's all going to a good cause.
Right, and something about Penny Queen has a larger reputation. Like even at SLU, you would hear about Penny Queen. I don't know why
yeah?
or how that would be significant to a guy's school, but I don't know. I just heard that reputation, that name, in a lot of different contexts.
Yeah, the thing about St. Louis high schools is that we're all pretty interconnected. We all kind of know what's up. You do probably hear the word of Penny Queen because, I mean, dates for dances too, but also there's lots of things that people who don't go to Koryesu can get involved with. Like we do profit shares and we do like yoga classes and we had kickboxing session. We had like little pottery painting session. We had like tons of things going on the whole week that you could bring your family to, and a lot of people like brought their grandparents to go paint pottery. It was super cute.
So
Yeah.
is it just like at school, room 305, pay $20 to kickbox?
No, it was at like the what's that called?
9 rounds or something?
I think it was at 9 rounds. Yeah.
Oh, so
or like a special
so it's like
kickboxing place.
it's like if you went to like a dinner and like or you went to Culver's and 5% went
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
or
we got a
whatever.
lot of companies that were really generous. They did anywhere between like 15 and 20% of profits.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
quite
there's a lot of
substantial.
restaurants and companies that are really generous to high school activities like that. Like we had a lot of Chick-fil-A and Cane's
Yeah.
and Mod Pizza, all kinds of things going on. So yeah, I think a lot of other high schools do a similar charity week, and I think it's really great that so many schools are, I don't know, jumping on the bandwagon and doing things like this because it's really not that hard. I
Yeah.
mean, not hard to make $20,000. I mean,
Yeah.
but like it all pays off for you too. Like you get some cookies and you get to go to a dance with your friends and you get to do fun stuff. But like all of your money is going to good things.
I remember at SLU, we would sell people's hair.
What?
We would there would be they would start doing kind of like an auction thing, or they would go around collecting money, and they would say things like, okay, if we get to $2,000 for this guy's getting his head shaved. And there are some
Oh.
guys, you know how like when guys have long hair, it's like this big deal. It's
Yeah.
like they like their hair. And there's
Yeah.
this guy with very long hair. He was like super popular and stuff, and he liked his hair. And they're like, okay, $5,000 for this guy, and they got it. And he like shaved his head, and it was like,
Oh my gosh.
Where did-
$5,000. Oh my-
Where did the hair go?
Did somebody get to keep
I
it?
don't think they kept it.
They should have donated it.
I don't think it was $5,000. I'm just kind of
Oh.
telling this story.
Okay, I was gonna say.
It
like,
was a lot,
wow.
though. It was a lot.
Yeah, that actually reminds me. Our first activity of Penny Queen was an annual activity called Mr. Penny Queen, which is like a pageant but for guys who go to
That's
guys'
probably what I
schools.
was thinking of, because I remember people in homeroom talking about this weird thing that
Yeah.
they were a part of
Oh,
for Penny
yes.
Queen.
I've actually never been until this year, but it was nothing like I've ever seen before. It was really funny, actually. They have a whole bunch of rounds. Like the first round, they have to do like a talent. So some people did like duets with their friend, like singing duets. Some people, there was one guy who juggled water balloons. One guy just shoved a bunch of marshmallows in his mouth and read us some Dr. Seuss stories. It was really funny. Then like we all got like voting links, on our phones, and we would like vote who we want to stay, and then whoever didn't get enough votes would have to like, leave, and it was really sad. But like there were a lot of other rounds. Like they had to do a makeup round where they picked some girls from the audience to get their makeup done. They were interviewed by one of our teachers, Miss Cowan, about like just things about them. And that reminds me, there was one guy who went to SLU who they also like read the mean tweets, like how like
Yeah.
celebrity mean tweet thing. Well, his mean tweet was like, what was it? Like this guy it seems like the kind of guy who would eat a tarantula to get a freshman to join some dumb club. And he was like, yeah, that actually happened. And we were like, what? Tell us. And so he pulled up the video and put it on the big screen of, like, okay, he was part of Kahoot Club at SLU. And he was trying to get freshmen to join. And so he had, like, an actual tarantula and he ate it.
He had an actual video of this.
Yeah,
like,
I can actually, like, you can probably look it up
That's
after
so
we're
funny.
done. I'll show you the video, but it's really funny because there's so many people gathered around, like, filming him. And he took so long to swallow.
Speaking of which, did you see the thing Matt sent? The tarantula pops?
Yeah, scorpion pops.
Scorpion pops,
Pops.
yeah.
I have heard of those. Like the
Yeah.
bugs
I
inside a
don't get it.
lollipop.
So you're licking it, and then you crunch it? You're just
Yeah,
like...
a little extra protein. I remember
Yeah,
in 5th grade,
crickets.
Mrs. Rogers
Yeah.
showed us the bug candy. It's just like your average lollipop with like an ant or a beetle in it, you
Well,
know?
I get it when, like, chocolate-covered anything, it's like you just pop it.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't just crunch a scorpion.
It's like the center of a Tootsie Pop. You just
How many licks does
Tasty.
it take to get to the center of a
Scorpo
scorpion?
Pop.
Scorpo.
Scorpio pop.
Scorpo Pop.
Scorpo pop.
I would try it.
There's
I don't know. I can't say I'd enjoy it.
It's also chocolate covered crickets.
That's probably what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crickets.
Or like fried cicadas.
Yeah, you just fry them and you eat them. I've never
I
done it
don't know.
before.
Would
but
you? Where would you draw the line for insect eating?
I'm fine with crickets. Beetles are kind of... It's just their size. Because, like, the bigger
legs.
they are,
Beetle pasta.
the more you see it in detail, and you don't want it...
Like you could lick up some ants.
Yeah, I could look up some ants, because I don't
I
see
think it's
them.
just the legs that'd be a problem for me, like beetle legs,
Yeah.
like Velcro on your tongue. You know how when you pick up a beetle and it sticks to your skin and it's like
No,
disgusting.
I don't pick up beetles.
Well, yeah, that's what it's
When
like.
you do, that's what it feels like.
I don't pick up beetles, but when I do, I don't.
So, Chris, I heard you had some thing about the 2000s. I don't know if it was trivia.
Chris is our trivia guy.
Um,
He likes random,
Speaking of
interesting
trivia,
facts.
Mom and Dad went to a trivia night last night, and they did very badly because
As expected.
it had to do a lot with sports and
Pop culture, I guess.
and, you know, that kind of stuff.
They had a fun time though with their friends. I had no doubt.
Yeah, it was cute.
But yeah,
Yeah, so I was watching a video on YouTube about, like, because you'd scroll through your feed and whatever, and I clicked on this video, and this, like, it was, like, the top, like, 10 things that came in the 2000s, because this is 2020 now.
Right.
And it kind of, like, blew my mind a little bit. So, like, one of the first things was, like, putting cameras on phones, and it was...
Oh, that was 2000.
that
That
was
was
new?
2000, and they showed a video of, like, it was, like, this really skinny, you know, phone with a camera on it, and I'm like...
like a flip phone.
Yeah,
at
with
that
with a
point.
camera on it.
huh?
And I was just like, really? And also the thing, like, I know all of us had one of those Razor scooters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this came out in 2000. Like, 2000? I wasn't even alive yet in 2000.
Raise your
Neither
scooter's
were
always
you,
there for you.
I was there.
But you were like
I don't remember.
one. But, like, Razor scooter. We have a lot of stories about
I,
Razor scooter.
when I think of razor scooters, I only think of the injuries, not the fun, you know? Like, remember getting, like, whacked in the shin when you pick it up? And then also, like, when you're making
Yeah.
the mistake of riding barefoot and then you break and then you burn your heel off.
Or you're like Meg.
Oh.
I don't. There's so many
kind of a
Razor
gory
scooter,
story.
Like Razor Scooter meets Meg's foot, and I will say no more.
Yeah. Another toenail gone.
Yeah, Meg lost a lot of toenails. Meg, so-
Sorry, Meg.
Hey Meg, if you listen to this, please post in the comments how many toenails you lost.
And how many toenails you still have.
Yeah, another cool thing is flash drives, USB flash drives.
What?
2000s.
2000 was when they thought to put memory on something that you could move.
I've
from
never
point-
thought of, like, the beginning of flash drives. They're just kind of always there.
I thought that surprises me the
Yeah,
most so
and
far.
It also says Bluetooth was a 2000s thing.
Seems kind of early, I think.
Yeah, that seems kind of early. Bluetooth is like.
Yeah.
Bluetooth is still
So
developing
cool.
thing.
Bluetooth Blu-ray player.
Okay, so
Blu-ray disc.
yeah,
I remember
so
that.
I was thinking about this. I'm like, Bluetooth, Blu-ray. Was that just like the thing then
Blue.
when you had your new technology, you know how like technology names go through like these waves. You know how it's like the Xbox One, and then
X.
this one, and then this.
Yeah.
It's those X things.
Yeah, X things like the iPhone X or something like that.
Blue.
Was Blue one of those? Like,
Probably.
I mean, it was probably a cool name then, but I don't see Blue as an exciting, cool,
Yeah.
trendy name now.
Yeah,
There's other things
I
like
kind of
that.
remember when yeah we
I.
yeah I but we have a Bluetooth or not Bluetooth Blu-ray player here, and kind of the new thing of like make movie watching better and
I kind
whatever.
of am not impressed by our
And
Blu-ray player though.
It's
It's
yeah.
just a,
It's
it
just
just
a-
plays.
We
discs.
just use
Yeah.
it because you can put normal discs in there. You have to get a specific like Blu-ray disc
Yeah.
in there, and it was kind of a pain.
kinda- yeah,
It was kind of
like-
a pain, but like the concept was good, and then also stuff that came out, Facebook and YouTube was a
Oh yeah,
just
just Facebook and
just
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
It was weird. The thing that blew my mind was Razor Scooter and cameras on phones was big in the 2000s.
Interesting.
And yeah, so
I always forget that the iPhone was like 2008, right?
Really?
yeah,
It's
the
like-
first
Yeah, I
generation.
That
remember
still
when-
seems
phone.
kind of
I saw the
close.
first one.
I don't know.
When did the iPhone like 3 come out? Didn't they have a?
Oh, I don't
three?
know.
The only thing I remember was the 4S, and it was
They had an original iPhone. It was just called the iPhone,
yeah.
Yeah.
and it had no camera facing you. It's just away.
Oh, I
Oh,
could see that.
Okay.
You wouldn't really think.
The iPhone 3 also had only a facing away camera. I've seen someone use it once. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that was before the whole phone culture thing, so you didn't really like think
selfie,
of.
turn it around. And,
Yeah, you would just be like, "Hey, what's up?"
and then like that. So yeah, Apple they started with iPod, and then they went with iPhone and all Steve Jobs or whatever.
Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs.
Yeah, apparently, somebody told me that like Apple fired Steve Jobs from doing I don't know what he did. He did something crazy or whatever, and they fired Steve Jobs, and then they're like, "Hey, we need you back."
Well, yeah,
And
you
then-
can't just-
Actually,
and then they brought him back, and like
We
they
need
made
you.
it their
yeah,
stuff,
I mean,
property.
yeah.
All of these like entrepreneurs and stuff, they're like, Jeff Bezos, what the heck is this guy doing? And then he makes
the big man.
$1 billion and whatever. I'm like, but
It could be you one day.
yeah, if you have an idea and you're smart about it and use the trends of what's happening now, you make a lot
Somebody
of money.
might give you lots of money, or they might just say you're dumb and then tell you to leave.
Yeah, and then you make more money and say, "Ha, I told you so. Look at this money.
Look at this.
Look at this money.
Look at it.
Look at this.
Snip it.
Look at this money
Just
you
look at it.
you thought that I couldn't make." There you go.
Yeah.
Well, it's good that we are back now a little bit. It was kind of worrisome over the past couple weeks. We had shot 4 episodes, and I'm like, is that all we're gonna do? Or are we gonna give up after 4
We're
episodes?
not done,
Not done. We've got. Well, this is 6, right?
I guess.
Episode 6.
I don't know.
I think it's episode 6.
50's our goal, right?
50 is our goal.
Really?
Or was it
Oh.
52 or something?
50. 50.
50 is our
How
goal?
many mon-
50 is our goal.
How many
months
weeks
is
are
that?
there in the year?
Because it's
There are
4.
52 weeks in the year.
So we do have wiggle room. We're not one behind.
Yeah.
What?
We're good.
We can afford some losses, but some losses early on there.
You don't want to let yourself know
Oh,
about the losses.
So we can only miss
Right.
one more, and then we have to go
Yeah.
all the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
go it all the way.
Yeah.
Um,
So
What happens when we're all on the road, like all on a vacation?
You shoot it in the car.
then we do it
That'd
on
be kinda
then
fun,
we
to
do
be
it on
honest.
site.
We could bring the mic.
In the car?
Yeah, my laptop.
Does it? I guess it would work.
But then it's
You get
like,
car noises.
Yeah. It would just
It's for the
be-
experience. You want?
You can
I want our listeners to know what it's like.
you can kind of deal with it in post, but that's beside the point. Let's give our viewers, because I don't even know if Matt and Sarah and Meg and Lucas watch it, because there haven't been any comments. Let's give them a prompt
An
to answer on
at.
the
So
Give us your favorite story involving either a Razor scooter Wait, no. Okay. Of the list of things, we got Razer Scooter, Blu-ray, flash drive, Bluetooth, iPhone, cameras on phones.
Yeah.
Are there more?
I don't know. If
2000.
list some stuff in the comments and things you really liked from that are created in the 2000s.
Yeah, that's better.
Favorite
Mine was
thing.
gonna be way too complicated.
Yeah.
Your favorite 2000 thing?
Favorite
Even songs,
2000
music,
movies, things that popped up.
just culture things.
List in the comments how many injuries you had with Razor scooters.
Oh yeah, Meg's already got her homework.
Meg's probably typing right now.
I hope.
I lost all of my toenails.
Hey, let's not blow this out of the water.
Okay.
Hey, did you know Meg doesn't have any toenails anymore?
They're all just bionic. Bionic toes.
All right. Well, that's been fun. I think we'll sign off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good, guys.
We'll
Yeah.
catch you guys next week with some juicy stories, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
That's a stretch.
Yes. Well, this has been Lazy Season Revolution. We will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye now.